This is a Headgum original.
Jake and Amir, bossa nova. If I were you, sitting by the park with two coaches. Jake and Amir, bossa nova. If I were you, baby, don't you wanna advice too? And then I think to myself, what would they do? They don't like classy jazz, only Blink 182. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jake and Amir.
Oh, it's perfect.
Make me cry tears. Jake and Amir. Make me cry tears of sadness.
That's what they call a perfect theme song. It's one for everyone.
Really? Because it
Yeah.
had the bossa nova style lounge
Yes, I'm
jazz.
smoking a cigarette in Havana, but then all of a sudden I'm in the mosh pit at Radio 104 Fest. I was transported to two different worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little twofer.
Yeah.
And speaking of twofer, this guy uploaded the links to SoundCloud and Google Drive just in case I wanted one or the other.
That's really nice. That's
He provided a
professional.
WAV file. He provided an MP3.
My God.
That's
That's
all
preparation.
over the place. Neil Reed. Mm-hmm. That's his name. Neil Reed.
Cool.
Thanks for the hours of entertainment and getting real. Do you remember the origin of Koi Jews? Why that became like a theme song thing, but I don't know why.
Yeah. I mean, I think for a while we were into the word koi.
Because it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we were koi divas, maybe diva roach. We just like sometimes we do it with tacky.
Yeah.
We find a word that we really enjoy and we say it a lot. And I think we just got into calling ourselves, for a while we were calling ourselves Jews, which
Yeah.
is fun. And I guess at some point koi Jews, and that stuck.
Yeah.
So no, I don't remember the origin, but it's kind of ambiguous.
It's Koi.
It's koi.
And it is tacky.
Yeah.
And, it's Jewish. All right, sweet. Thanks, Neil Reed. This is If I Were You, the only advice show on the web hosted by us.
Yep.
I'm Amir.
I'm Josh.
We're still in New York City.
We are.
I
We're
feel
here.
like I've been
It's
here for
nice.
a month at this point.
It feels like that for me.
It's been a while.
Yeah. It's funny when people visit you, even though your life still feels familiar, it's all rocked. It all goes by the wayside.
Like when I'm in New York, your schedule, your routine
It's
is
off.
upended.
Yeah. Because normally most of the people I work with are in LA. I have my mornings.
For free.
Nobody bothers my ass before noon.
Because that's like 8 a.m. in LA.
Yeah, so I'll go to the gym early. I'll handle emails, errands, chores, things around the house around noon.
Cheeky fap.
Cheeky fap before noon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then a luxurious fap if I'm starting by 10.
You're 10?
A 2-hour tease. An edging session that lasts till midday. But when you visit, it's all off.
Yeah, I can see you're rock hard, and I guess you haven't like had the
I
release yet.
pre-came.
Yeah,
Yeah. I had a wet dream for lunch.
I bumped into you, and you, I think, exploded or something.
Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. It's tough. I feel all over the place.
Loopy.
Yeah.
Strange. But I guess this is a more balanced effort. Like you often come to LA, I rarely come to New York.
Right.
This
When I
is
come
at
to
least-
LA, does it feel like it's all go for you?
I guess it feels a little bit different, but you split your time between NADPOD and If I Were You.
So actually, I'm busy when I'm in LA, and you're
Yeah.
kind of the same.
You're busy when you're in LA, but you're also busy when I'm in New York.
Yeah,
It's sort of a lose-lose.
for sure.
We should meet somewhere, a third-party city.
That's cool.
Sort
Me
of.
and you in Kansas City.
Damn. I don't think we've ever been there together.
No. I've been there a few times, but without you.
A few times.
Once with Jill on our cross-country trip back to New York City when we were moving away from LA to get away from you. And then another time I went there to direct a commercial with Bobby Lamb.
I love
Lamb and I on the Lamb. Yeah, one of your good friends. We actually, you would have loved it. We were on a casino. We shot in a casino.
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
you, Bobby, and me. Where was I?
I imagine you were in LA just jerking your gherkin like I do in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good damn. I feel like whenever you go to places without me, it's
I have fun.
to
Escape to you.
Yeah.
To be away from you.
Right.
Yeah.
And now that I'm here,
I want to leave. Yeah.
you want to go somewhere else.
Thinking about getting away for the afternoon.
Where
Yeah.
do I'll
To get space. Just to. Yeah. You're. It's not a big deal. you're a lot, you're grating, you're tough to be around for an extended period of time because, you're needy in a way. And it's not even just being needy because you expect the attention, and it's also.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel that way to me.
Right. Well, nothing feels that way to you because you are you. And
Right.
you feel like you're all like this coffee.
That's easy going.
That's easy going. We were supposed to record the podcast. You said, I need caffeine. And we're like, well, we have to get this podcast out of the way because the engineers are coming in to train in the studio. We're going to set it up. And then you were like, well, I'm not doing anything until I've had my coffee.
Yeah, I said, don't talk to me until I've had my coffee. Which is like a
and
funny
then we're
way
like,
to
okay,
say that you're
let's
addicted.
go get your coffee. But then you wanted to take a nap because you didn't want just the jolt of caffeine.
Right, because I crash
Right.
afterwards.
So now it's 11 p.m. and you made everyone stay late.
True. And we should say it's December 31st.
That's
So
right,
everyone
yeah.
else had plans.
Right.
And we're probably releasing this late February, early
Yeah.
March.
It's like, why are we doing this to ourselves to accommodate you?
Yeah.
But like, it's not even
Ball's
to make you.
dropping.
It's not even to make you.
3, 2, 1.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, let's focus on the episode
Right.
at hand.
Yeah. I don't want to do too many production jokes.
Okay. Like we said, if I were you,
Uh-huh.
advice show.
Uh-huh.
Let's see if we can answer some questions.
Let's do it.
I found some pretty insane ones.
Really?
Some pretty salacious, kind of fucked up ones.
These ones are dark.
Like, holy shit, I can't believe this person had the audacity to think this, let alone write it down.
Yeah. Wow. All right.
But here we go. This one's called Mind Games.
Mind games. Love it.
So we'll call this person David Blaine.
Oh, that's good.
I'm going to visit my sister for a few days in about a week. I'm staying with her for about a week while I move. My concern is actually about her boyfriend. They've been together for a while now, and I used to think he was a really nice guy, just a bit on the quiet side. My feelings for him changed after the last time I sated with them.
Stated, I guess, yeah.
I mentioned to my sister that I can't stand Cheeto Puffs.
Where's this going?
The next day, he showed up from running errands with a big bag of the cheesy snack. For the entire rest of my stay, he always had a bag nearby. It just seemed really off to me, like, who does he think he is? Is this some kind of dominance thing? My sister doesn't even seem to notice or care. Is it just me, or is he trying to spite me by eating Cheetos Puffs? Please tell me I'm not that crazy and that this collar-popping douchebag is being a dick. Love, I was going to say his real name. My God, can you imagine?
David Blaine.
David Blaine. P.S. I was FaceTiming with my sister, and I saw him in the background eating Cheetos Puffs.
Well, so then he might like them on his own.
What?
It's like you don't like this very popular snack.
Yeah.
A lot of people love them.
Yeah, but they're not too popular.
I mean,
you haven't probably had them in years.
We have some in the kitchen.
Puffs?
Yeah,
Cheeto Puffs?
I believe so. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
A big blue bag?
I don't know if it's the blue. Well, they're individual. I think, and I mean like Pirate's Booty or like anything at Trader Joe's. These puffs they're still popular.
Yeah.
They're not like. I remember when I was a kid, we used to have like the plastic tub of Cheeto balls.
Oh, the cheese balls.
Yeah, the
God, I
cheese
love
balls,
that. I used
yeah.
to like suck on them until like the cheese went away, and then they like became like rock hard. They went from like thick
Nasty.
sponges to like.
That's so gross.
Yeah, I used to do that. They were called cheese ball, like CHEEZ.
Cheese balls. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking plastic wheelbarrow or
Yeah.
a keg.
Yeah, I
No,
love
what's it called?
Yeah. Bucket, the plastic bin, the plastic
It's like, you know, in the old West, the like Donkey Kong threw them.
barrel.
Barrel, yeah,
Oh.
big plastic fucking barrel of cheese balls.
Yeah. I love those too.
I
didn't
love
do the
in
sucking
fact,
thing.
this guy's making me want to eat Cheeto Puffs at this point.
Yeah, what you did was basically just remind him that he liked Cheetos
Yeah.
or cheesy puffs, cheese puffs, whatever
Yeah,
they
cheesy
are.
poofs.
Cheesy
Remember that
poofs.
from South Park?
Cheesy puss. Beefcake. Protect my order.
That show is good.
It's
Like,
great.
it's been co-opted by like needy tweens, but it's still funny.
It's still hilarious.
Beefcake. Cheesy poof.
That was actually my AIM name for a little while.
Cheesy poof?
Yeah,
Wow, not bad.
I was a fairly early adopter.
Yeah, cheesy poof's a pretty good. No numbers, no extra letters, just cheesy poof.
Yeah,
Do you remember the password on that?
it was Spade, like David Spade.
Remember there was Justin Ouellette was a programmer at Vimeo whose screen name was Refrigerator.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's a pretty good screen name.
But now, like, you were sitting on these like awesome AIM names. I don't even think AIM exists anymore. Like,
Yeah.
could you possibly sign into AIM or AOL
Right.
right now?
Did they park the domain names, or could I now get a great AIM name?
Right.
the
Like,
time,
are
I
they gone
couldn't.
forever or do they expire?
Is Chilldude22 available?
AOL Instant Messenger. Like, could I download AOL Instant Messenger right now? Do you think yes or no?
Ooh, I guess I do think so.
You do think I can?
Yeah, I feel like they like made some kind of new version.
AOL Instant Messenger. It redirects me to cancel.aol.com.
Interesting.
I guess AOL.com still exists. Like, you can use it as a mail client.
AOL.
Yeah, this is the AOL front page right now. It looks like Yahoo or something.
Oh wow, they've really rebranded with like the minimalist Helvetica AOL.
Yeah.
It looks like a coffee shop in Copenhagen.
Right. It's Heige.
Yeah. Low key
Heige.
Heige.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to try to log into my former AOL account, see what's
Bob
going on
Rooney?
in there. Yeah, my Bob Rooney. But this is not Instant Messenger. I really think they killed AIM. AIM,
Slack killed the AIM star. What do you think?
Slack killed the AIM star in my AIM and in my star.
Slack killed the AIM star.
Usage
TikTok with 3 views.
Oh, look, Product Sunset on so it came out in 1997, which is basically the highlight of my life. And then in 2012, AOL ended employment of AIM's development staff while leaving it active. And on 2017, it was announced that the AIM service would be discontinued.
Wow.
However, a not-profit team known as the Wildman Productions started up a server for older versions of Instant Messenger known as AIM Phoenix.
That's cool. So you can go on AIM still.
Yeah, you could still
What a
use
fun
AIM
little
Phoenix.
nostalgic thing. God
Yeah.
damn.
The noise of the door opening and shutting.
It really would be so fun to just like, if that account still worked and I could just open it up almost like it's a time machine and see
Yeah.
what that list of
That
people
buddy
looked like.
list.
I want to see what my buddy list was junior year of high school.
Oh, that's
like
really
I don't
cool.
talk to oh god, I mean not half, almost any of those people. I guess just Jeff, Dave, and Mike.
Wow, this Phoenix things look like you can talk on AIM, ICQ, MSN chat, GChat. It's all the old types of chat.
Wow.
Group chat service have retained conversation history.
Huh?
I wonder if Phoenix can fucking access that shit. We got to
That's-
look into this thing.
Man, to read your old AIM transcripts, would you want, if you could get them printed out almost as like a book, like an encyclopedia, would
Yeah.
you want that?
Yeah, probably. I mean, worst case scenario is I don't read it. What
Yeah.
about you can get all of your AIM conversations, but you have to tweet a link to them.
God, no.
You wouldn't want anybody else reading it.
No, because someone would read through them much more carefully than me, and I'm
Yeah.
sure I.
Said some pretty nasty shit at age 14.
Yeah,
in
for sure.
1997.
Yeah, that's not good. I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want that out in the world. I don't think.
I'm actually accessing. What was yours?
Not
Big
telling you.
38 Jake or something.
Not even close.
I bet it's really close. Big Jake 38.
Way off. It's way off.
What was it?
You were right the first time.
All right, we'll look into this later. But what should this person do? I assume maybe
Oh.
the Cheeto Puffs thing sort of reminded him.
Yeah, I think the only way to know for sure is to go stay with them and eat a bunch of cheese puffs. Just get over it just for that weekend and just eat them nonstop and see if he says anything. If he's like, I thought you didn't like cheese puffs, then he was doing it to fuck with you.
was a
But if he
test.
doesn't notice, then, and that's also how you big dog him back.
That's cool.
He's like,
I actually love puffs myself. Yeah.
break you out in hives.
No, it's really fucking good, actually. I'm not allergic to the cornstarch. Okay. Don't take it so personally, ultimately.
I think so.
All right.
And either way, so if don't take it personally, and if he meant it personally, then you're fucking him over, and if he actually didn't, then all is good.
Yeah. Honestly, if someone is mean to you, that's fine because you're in the right.
Yeah,
The goal is to just not be mean to other people.
right, exactly.
Right. So ultimately, anybody could be mean to you, and that's
That's
okay.
on them.
Yeah. That's sort of making them look bad. And you look cool by not caring,
Right.
or evidently caring a lot.
Yeah, but hiding that.
All right, let's take a break, come back, answer some more questions after these messages.
Okay.
This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp.
Yes, it is.
They really timed this right. Online therapy, they had the infrastructure in place before the world went and kind of melted in on itself.
Right.
And so BetterHelp was prime position because they were like, what better time in world history is there to stay at home in a safe, secure environment and talk to a therapist?
Yeah, couldn't be better.
I mean, therapy is very helpful, even for someone like me who's never stressed or anxious about anything in my life.
Ever?
So I can only imagine how helpful it is if you're dealing with certain issues that are arising, interpersonal, some family issues, maybe some sleeplessness issues.
Oh, yeah.
Talking to somebody is the best way to work through these problems.
That's correct.
Life doesn't come with an owner's manual, so it helps to speak to a professionally licensed therapist. And the best way to speak to a licensed therapist in a safe, secure fashion is with BetterHelp because it's entirely online, so that makes it convenient, flexible, and affordable.
Exactly right.
Millions of people are already using it. They team you up with a therapist fairly quickly. You just fill out a brief questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge.
Amazing.
So if you want to live a more empowered life,
Yep.
therapy can help get you there.
Do it, folks.
Just go to betterhelp.com/ifIwereYou and get 10% off your first month.
Whoa, great deal.
Yeah, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/ifIwereYou.
That's right.
You sign up, you talk to a professional, it helps you get over certain issues that you might be dealing with.
No problem. BetterHelp.com/ifIwereYou.
Thank you, BetterHelp.
Thanks.
And we're back.
Yes.
No unsolicited advice this week.
No, we have too many questions to answer.
Yeah, and people to see.
Yeah, that's true.
This is like a robust, thriving urban metropolis, and I'm not going to spend it in this room talking to you about like what we should or shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
I can go within 10 minutes be at the Natural History Museum.
Right. And you can be at different museums. You could eat at world-class restaurants. You could be going to shows, to
Broadway
plays,
musicals.
to concerts.
At the drop of a hat.
And what have you done since you've been here?
Yesterday, we had the day off, so
What did you do?
I had breakfast at Chipotle at 2,
Yeah.
and then I passed the fuck out. I think I'm
Right.
jet lag or something.
No, I think you had food poisoning. Because you only eat at Chipotle.
And
is
then
the
I
issue.
I woke
You
up.
basically just eat it. You wake up and eat at Chipotle and then go back to bed.
Yeah, I had this barbacoa
Yeah.
outbreak allergy thing. And then I went to bed at 4 p.m. and I woke up at 1 in the morning.
Have we talked about paddle tennis? Have we talked about paddle?
That's
Because
what
that's something we
should
did
talk
do.
about.
That's what
we
something
should do.
Yeah, that's
We
so
can't
actually-
fully endorse it. Well, we'll get into it, but
Yeah.
So Micah, your brother,
Right.
played paddle tennis about a month ago here.
Padel, Padel, paddle
Yeah.
tennis. I don't know how it's pronounced. He was
Yeah.
calling it Padel, but also paddle.
Right. There is paddle tennis, which
Right.
is like more of like an open source sport that
Yeah.
anybody can play
This is
seemingly anywhere.
Evidently, some kind of proprietary sport called Padel, Padel.
Yeah, and it's a very specific sport that like you have to build specific courts to specific like dimensions slash.
Yeah.
Some of the wall is a glass wall, some of it is a cage. It's
And
very specific.
There's pickleball, there's tennis, there's squash, there's racquetball, there's platform
Paddle tennis.
tennis, there's paddle tennis.
Yeah.
But they're all so basically just racket sports. But
Right.
what he found is that there's this place that's basically like a huge indoor paddle court arena where there's several different courts. Should we talk about what the court looks like?
Yeah, the court is sort of like a carpeted indoor tennis court.
Yeah.
But instead of with like a stringed racket, it's more like a flat metal racket that you
Right.
play, but with a real tennis ball.
Yeah. Yes. No strings. Real tennis ball. Kind of like a firm carpeted ground with some sand on it for friction.
Sometimes there's sand. And then it kind of reminds me of racquetball because you can like hit it against the glass wall in the back and it bounces off the wall and goes to the other side.
And there's 3/4 of the court is covered in is walled by a cage,
Yeah.
and the rest is glass.
Yeah.
And there's 3 squares. There's like a forehand side, a backhand side, and then kind of like the baseline behind
Back
that.
rectangle.
Yeah. But there's not really any in or out. As long as your serve goes cross court and into one of the service boxes,
You're good.
and it doesn't bounce and hit the fence, then the ball is in play. And after that, as long as the ball bounces once on the other side of the court, it can go off a fence, it can go off the glass. You can play the ball, like it can bounce and you can hit it off your own back glass.
Yeah, and then it flies to the other side.
So yeah,
It was a fun tennis hybrid racquetball thing that we played.
Yeah. And you and I played on a team.
Yeah.
We talked about how we need to play each other, but we played on a team.
And we beat Micah and his friend.
In kind of a glorious fashion.
I wish we
would say.
videotaped the whole thing, though it wouldn't have gone down that way. Just a slight variation would have tilted the entire game off on a
Because
different axis.
we went down early in the first set, 2-0, came back.
It was 1
tied it up.
6-4, yeah.
2-2. They went up 4-2, and then we ended up winning 6-4.
6-4, of course.
Next set, it seemed like they turned it on. We switched sides. They jumped ahead 4-0.
That's right.
And I was like, great. Well, we're gonna have to split sets and play a third one to see who wins.
We got to get it out within the hour.
But we stormed back, comeback kid
6-4.
style. We won 6-4.
So it was very fun to play, but the reason I hesitate to endorse it is the
expenditure.
the pricing was I was stunned. I was
Yeah.
shocked. I was taken aback.
New York is an expensive place.
Yeah, everything is like 1.5x more than you would think in another city.
Like, for instance, my climbing gym, I think it's like $30 for a day pass. And other places I've gone, it's like $15 to $20.
Exactly. A
So
salad is $18 instead of $12.
Yeah. But this was beyond the pale, I think.
Right. So the only thing I had to compare it to is what I pay to rent a court in LA for tennis, which is $8 an hour.
Right.
And then Mike is like, Padel tennis,
Yeah.
which is really fun, is $55 an hour.
Right.
So I started laughing. I'm like, well, that's 4x what I usually pay for the court.
Yeah.
But I guess this is also a different kind of tennis variation. But so I guess you're telling the truth. 55 an hour seems extreme.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, but it's per person.
Yeah.
So there's 4 of us. And then I'm like, okay, so you are fucking with me. We're obviously not paying $220 an hour
Yeah.
for a court, because that's like how much you pay for like a helicopter ride.
And it's true, we weren't paying $220 an hour. We actually had to pay a little bit more because
exactly. It didn't include the rentals.
it didn't include the rentals, and you need a racket and you need the balls.
So
but
that
actually,
was-
you can't rent the balls. You have to buy the balls.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was $60 per person. There was 4 of us. Is $240 for the hour.
Yeah.
Which is unprecedented hourly rate for anything. Even therapy is cheaper
Totally,
than that. Yeah.
And it comes with nothing. Like, you don't, it's not like going to the paddle house gets you access to
A juice
like
bar, a
right,
sauna.
locker room.
Yeah,
or
you
like
could stay there for
another
the whole
gym.
day.
Yeah. No, yeah. You just 1 hour.
Literally
Yeah.
$240 for the hour, which is
Yeah.
like a really nice dinner, but you get to spend a lot of time at
Yeah.
the dinner. This is like, you got to be out of here at 5.
Yeah.
Because you're here at 4.
But look, I will say that we had so much fun.
that we considered going back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, it's insanely expensive, but it was essentially worth it.
$60 per person.
It's funny how expensive it was, but I think it was worth it. I don't
Yeah.
have any regrets.
I don't have regrets for doing it once. I don't think I could afford to do it every day, though.
Well, this gym for
It's called the Paddle House.
Paddle House, you can join and be a member for, what was that, 120, 150?
$150 a month plus a $490 initiation fee.
$500 initiation fee,
which
$150 a
doesn't
month.
get you free access to the courts.
It gives you the privilege of paying $35 an hour to
Right.
rent the court.
Yeah.
So for $150 an hour plus $500.
You can get $20 off your hourly rate.
Yes.
Which you'll break even if you play 8 times a month, which will cost
And
several
are you allowed to bring
$100,000.
guests? Like, we didn't even ask that.
Of course not. I assume not. You
Yeah.
can't bring anything.
Like, I would pay $35 an hour, but if I brought you, it's not $35 an hour for
I'm
you.
still paying the 55.
Yeah, I would think
right?
so. I would
It's a
think so.
very expensive hobby / sport.
Yeah.
Very fun,
Uh-huh.
but also $240 an hour is hard to justify.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, we should have reserved the court for 2 hours.
For sure.
Okay, so that's what, $120 to exercise per day?
But then you start saving money on the rental because you're not renting per hour.
yeah, because
Or you're renting like the equipment rental.
yeah, that's an overhead
Right.
one-time
Yeah.
rental fee.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So Activity good. Actually, somebody DM'd me. They live in Dublin, and he pays €9 an hour.
Yeah. Well,
So,
what we need is more paddle houses to flood the market so the price can go down because it's
Bingo.
very, very fun.
there's not even one in LA.
Yeah.
Like, that's how rare it is.
I think they're going to take the world by storm because pickleball is fun, but it's too free.
Yeah.
And we need something.
Pickleball's already over because everyone's playing it. People are annoyed with picklers.
Yeah.
So we're
At
gonna.
least this is a contained place. There's a place for paddle.
What we could do is just hire someone to build 2 Padel courts in like an empty warehouse.
Ultimately
somewhere.
cheaper.
Yeah, and then we
And
would
then
be
we
the
would-
ones
yeah.
charging.
We should shutter Headgum and do that.
Yeah, because this could be a court.
Yeah.
It's not that much space.
Or this could be the area where you charge for the rentals.
Oh, that's cool. And so for the racket, how much do you imagine?
Well, what does paddle do? 15, 10 for the racket?
I think $5 per hour for the racket.
Oh, we should up that because we don't have the court. We need to make our money on the racket rental.
You think
It's a
people
racket.
Nice.
Nice, dude.
You think people would rent the racket from us if there's no court though?
Yeah, because then they would take it to the paddle house.
So you rent it from
because we
us.
rented by the week instead of by the hour.
That's cool.
Yeah,
It's kind of like surfing in that way.
exactly. My other expensive hobby.
But the beach is free, man. You'll never see someone charging the ocean.
Yeah, but you have to pay to the park.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Shit.
No, parking's free too, actually.
Imagine hanging 10 and charging 10.
That's good.
That's like impossible, right? There's no way, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just thinking out loud.
Yeah, you are.
Actually, someone wrote us an email saying that they're in a pickle
Let's hear it.
and it's about sports.
Great. A sports pickle, literally. I love that.
I'm a junior in high school and I come from a family that lives and breathes football, and I was pressured into playing it all my childhood. And this year I finally decided to quit, and my whole family is very disappointed because it was the only sport I played. My question is, should I play this year for my family or just shake it off and find another activity? Did you ever play a sport just for your family?
Yeah, kind of. I think everything I ever played was because my parents were making me in their own way. Yeah.
Now that I think about it, like every kid before the age of probably 13 is just like I was not like, take me to basketball tryouts. My mom's like, yeah, basketball tryouts.
Yeah.
And you'll try out for the team and then you'll play the thing.
I imagine I think I was presented with choices, and I was most resistant to some of them and less resistant. Like I really hated soccer for some reason.
I never played Little League soccer or baseball.
I wish I played more because now I love soccer and I wish I were better at it.
Yeah, now that we're closer to the age of the adults, I'm thinking from their angle, like if I have kids, I'm just going to make them play all the sports.
Yeah, so they're a little well-rounded when they grow up.
Yeah, and then you could be like, yeah, even if you suck, it builds character as an adult that you were really bad at this thing and you learn how to adapt. Or if you're really awesome, it's cool because it's like, hey, look
Yeah.
at my fucking kid. He just scored 10 points in this basketball
Maybe you
game.
like it. Yeah. I mean, I remember being like pushed to
Wait,
play.
shut up a second. No adult wishes they played sports less as a kid. You know what I mean? All right.
I don't
continue.
know. That's also not. It's not true. I've friends who were like,
I wish I didn't play that much. I took it too seriously.
yeah, like my sister Liza was like, she was doing gymnastics like 30 hours a week at
She
one
didn't wanna
point,
do
and that's
that.
like,
Yeah.
well, I mean, at the time she did, but now she's grown up and she's like, wow, I like really,
have done
I was, yeah, like Nick Rad was like a world class wrestler
But he doesn't
in
get
high
red
school,
Reds.
and he's
Yeah.
it feels like that was too much to put on a kid. So there it goes both ways. I think, yeah.
for sure.
Also, you interrupted me to have this kind of like milk toast, ill thought out take.
Yeah, it didn't justify basically
You
pausing.
told me to shut up. You said
Yeah.
shut up for a
No,
second.
I thought I said stop for a second.
Really?
Oh, I meant I said shut up for a second.
Yeah.
But it wasn't
Like
like
you
shut
did.
up.
Yes, it was.
It was basically like shut the fuck up for a second.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was like.
But not in like a
In what?
mean way. I'm telling you how you felt.
Yeah.
What were you saying even?
I don't remember now.
Right.
Yeah,
That thought
it doesn't
is fleeting
matter.
/ gone.
I think this person's not going to let their parents down as much as they think they are. Mm-hmm. And yeah, like I think maybe it's like lets a parent down to be like, I quit football and I don't want to do anything. But like if you have a good reason for quitting football, I'm into this other thing. Your parents can get into that. I think parents just need to find a way to support. At least good parents need to find a way to support you or like show their love for you.
That's cool. So it's almost like a lesson to your parents. I'm not going to play football. Now
Yeah,
what?
Right.
Do you
Support
like me
my
for
art.
me? I used to play Little League basketball growing up, but only because I had friends who played basketball. My friends were really good, and I was bad.
Right.
My friends' dads were like the coaches, and like when your dad is the coach, did you ever play like youth basketball? You basically have tryouts, and all the coaches watch you play, and then they literally have a draft where it's like, I want this kid, this kid, this kid. So there's like some parity in the league.
See. I played like JCC basketball, and that was not how we did it.
Yeah, and so because my best friend growing up, his dad was the coach. He always got that player, his son, who's really good.
Right.
And then also they would throw in me, like I would be on the team because they were like, nobody wants this other kid.
Yeah. Oh, that's like the.
So he'd be the star, and then I would
the
always be on his
consolation.
team.
It's like all right, like you get the star because he's
Yeah.
your son, but that's not totally fair. So you
Yeah.
have to have this dead weight.
Yeah, and Amir has to fucking start, and then all the other coaches would giggle. Yeah, and then the dad, the coach, would be like, "All right, I can start him, but I don't want to have to play him equal amount."
And
of
then
minutes.
one summer, you spent every single day practicing in your
I had a growth
driveway.
spurt, yeah.
You had a growth spurt, and you came out and you showed everyone because you still sucked.
Yeah,
and
I had a
it
gun.
was.
Do you think I'm bad at basketball
Good God,
now?
man.
What? I wanted to show them I could shoot
Nice.
the rock
Awful. Awful. I'm not a part of this.
by shooting a single rock, which was
Yeah.
ultimately fine. It was a loud
Ultimately
noise,
fine.
but nobody was
Yeah.
hurt that
Right.
day.
Yeah.
In this fucking
Great.
metaphorical
You rescued
story.
this weird joke.
But I have no actual experience playing real sports like football, wrestling, nothing combative
Yeah.
like that. You ever put on pads and stuff like that?
For football?
Yeah.
No.
Never. Wrestling? No.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It seems hard.
definitely.
I played flag football.
Oh, you know what? I did one time because my high school football team, basically my high school, it was a really small school, so you were required to play 2 sports.
Two?
A year. So like,
Wow.
I think in the year 1 I did like cross country and then tennis. But the next year I didn't want to play anything because I wasn't good. And one of the ways I could get out of playing sports was by being the athletic manager's assistant.
Okay.
So I was just kind of like, I would go to the athletic fields after school and I would just like drive around in a golf cart and like I'd bring the soccer team water, or
Yeah.
I'd go and like if a football player was injured, I'd drive them to the bus or whatever.
Yeah, you were a de facto
I was a
nurse's
gopher.
assistant.
Yeah. I was just an assistant, and it wasn't a real sport, but it counted because I was doing something.
Yeah.
And I remember the football coach like needed me to help like them run a play to kind of like show them how they were supposed to block or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was so inept that even when he was like he was like setting things up, he's like, all right, so like just run towards me. And I like was like walking and he's like juke left, and I was like didn't know what to do.
I don't know what juke means.
Yeah, everyone on the football team was just laughing at me trying to run a fake football play so the coach could fake tackle me to understand what they were supposed to do.
Didn't you spend a summer as a jockstrap? Like your team didn't have enough jockstraps.
Yes.
And you had to literally protect the quarterback's balls
That's right.
during a drill.
That's right.
So
That's
they would
right.
long snap it into your face just to like check.
But
the
I was
cup.
able to put that on my resume, and I got into college.
Yeah, I was a cup for a summer.
Yeah, the student government being a cup.
Here, let's test the cup. You
Yeah.
wear a cup, and Hurwitz, you put your teeth where that guy's balls are, and I'll kick you.
People need you need to have like that, like volunteering, really good for your college resume.
Yeah.
Being a towel.
A towel boy.
Yeah, no. You just be a towel. So yeah, they'll use you to wipe their face after a play.
I was a drying rag. I did the same thing because there was one semester a year. The PE was aquatics, which is like swimming stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I did not want to do that at like 7:30 in the morning.
Right.
I wasn't good at swimming. It was really cold. I had to deal with like changing in the locker room. So you could sign up for a PE elective. So I took badminton.
Nice.
So like all these guys would go like swimming in the morning, and I would like, I don't know, do nothing, and then I would take badminton.
And that's why you're so good at padel.
Exactly, which
Yeah.
brings us back to the padel. Yeah, badminton is another fun racket sport.
That's true. Yeah, a lot of running.
All right, you don't have to play football. There, we said it.
Yeah.
Are you happy?
You are absolved.
But everything else you have to do.
Paddle?
Soccer, tennis, padel.
Being a cup.
Yeah, it's a towel, being water. You have to be at least water. Will you at least be water this
is water.
semester? All right, let's take another break. Think some mores, and we'll be back after these messages. Thank you to Stamps.com for sponsoring this episode of our show.
Major thank you.
Can you believe we're already gearing towards Q2 already?
We just blew through Q1. I can't wait till Q3.
Time just melts away, and the importance of planning just goes to the forefront of my mind. I'm like, what better way is there to save time than by eliminating the need to go to a post office?
I don't like the post office really at all.
Yes. And
It's
you
a
don't
bad
have to go
place.
anymore because
Right.
you use Stamps.com for
sure
all
do.
your small business needs.
What the fuck did you call my businesses?
I thought you were sort of an entrepreneur, but...
I don't call you small, do I?
Oh, you're saying it's more of a medium or large scale business?
Yeah. Yeah, I am saying that.
Oh, sorry.
Big business.
Yeah.
Let's call me a big businessman.
Big oil, actually.
Big crude. I'm a crude dude.
Postage rates just increased again. Luckily, Stamps.com has the best discounts in the industry with rates you literally can't find anywhere else, up to 84% off USPS and UPS.
Not bad.
For more than 25 years, Stamps.com has been indispensable to over 1 million businesses.
Right on.
Half of them are probably yours. So sign up with promo code IFIWEREYOU for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, plus free postage and a free digital scale.
Nice. You got to get the scale, folks.
That's right. Stamps.com can print postage wherever you do business online. All you need is a computer and a printer. So just go to Stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the page, and enter code
If I were you.
If I Were You. That's exactly right.
Thanks.
Stamps.com, making things easier for 25 years. My God.
Damn.
Imagine a website that old.
Well, that's how they got stamps.com.
Early adopters. All right, we've returned.
Yes, we have.
One last question.
To rule them all.
That's right. This one is sort of about politics. So let's tread lightly.
Yeah.
We'll call this guy...
Hunter Biden.
Thank you. Longtime watcher / listener, and I need some help. Recently, my best friend and I were talking about politics, and she said that we should send all the immigrants home because they were stealing our jobs and our money. When I say immigrants, she's talking about every foreigner. She also dropped some pretty extremist right-wing views recently, like how working class are subservient to the upper class. She's basically a neo-Nazi. The weird thing is she comes from a family of first-generation immigrants, no British blood in her, and both her parents work, so she's technically working class. Before this, she also was a really good friend to me and helped me through loads of stuff, and I used to think she was the nicest person before I found out she was mental. How am I supposed to react to this, and should I stop contacting with her before she starts hailing the Third Reich? Am I overreacting to stop talking to her just because of this?
I think not necessarily.
It's fine to be like, this is so fucked up, I don't even want to change your opinion.
Yeah.
Like, some people are so far gone, there's nothing doing there.
I mean, I don't know. I think for me it'd be hard. Like, if one of my best friends just started saying that, I wouldn't feel like I had a connection with them anymore.
You would feel like, I can't even get through to you.
Yeah. But I also don't know. Yeah. I think it kind of depends on how important, like how often are you having these conversations? Because people have to live with this in their families and stuff, you know? Like
it's like, oh, I got the one conservative uncle.
Yeah. And I'm lucky that I don't really have that, but I know that you can't just like completely cut people out of your life sometimes.
Yeah. Is your entire family, even extended family, a bleeding heart liberal cuck?
I don't think entire extended family bleeding heart liberal. Like, we had some conservatives in like some second cousins, like some very far off cousins.
So you don't have to interact with very much.
But they don't, I mean, we're conservative, but don't vote for Trump.
Right.
You know, not like, I think that's like a different level now.
A Mitt Romney Republican.
Yeah.
But this lady seems to be like a very extreme
Right. Like QAnon thing.
Yeah.
That's rough. And I think I personally would excommunicate just about anyone from my life for having those thoughts.
Yeah. I remember when we were talking about when Trump was first elected, Billy was on our podcast. He's like, yeah, if they're my friend, I'd want to like get to know them, get to the bottom of it, and try to change their mind.
Yeah.
And you were more like, no, if you actually think this stuff, I want nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
That seems to be the gamut of what you can do.
Yeah, right. So, and Billy's a better person than me, so I'd maybe take Billy's advice. But for
But also,
me,
how is the equivalent of them trying to change your mind? Like, it's that not going to happen?
yeah, I don't know. What is it? It's you. God, I forget the metaphor. But like meeting, like debating somebody. Oh yeah, debating someone that's stupid. They bring you to their level and then beat you with their intelligence or something like that.
Interesting.
So yeah, I don't want to get into these conversations with
Right.
anybody.
It's always weird when someone who's like,
Oh, beat
kind
with
of
experience. I
Yeah.
don't know, whatever.
When you're like debating with someone and they know a bunch of like minutia that you don't. They're like, well, what about the thing that happened in 1979? You're like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
You don't know what happened in 1979.
I imagine you don't either, because whatever it is, you live your life fueled by hate, and I don't.
But
So
it seems
you're
like
wrong.
someone changed this person's mind, or at least someone formed, like, nobody has this opinion from birth. They
Yeah.
have to have been mind changed at one point, and I guess
Yeah.
we have too,
Yeah. Yeah.
from our friends / television shows that we
We're
watch.
all in our own corners, but one of them is the right one.
Yeah, we're in the right bubble.
For sure.
Yeah. we're extremists, but for the correct side.
Mm-hmm.
So should I stop contacting with her before she starts?
How did they say this is a best friend? Was this like,
Recently, my best friend. Yeah. If it was your best friend.
yeah, I really don't know. I think if that's my best friend, I start looking at my other friends and being like, maybe your new best friend
Well, that's
and the old best
interesting,
friend
yeah.
is kind of just like close acquaintance. You don't have to like fully cut that person out, but it's like, all right, well, I think that your takes on politics are so bad that I think I can't spend all my time with you like I would a best friend.
Yeah.
But maybe you're good in small doses, and my other best friends, we can hang out and like anything is on the table because I know that I feel more comfortable around them.
Yeah. Also, when it comes to my like best friend, I don't have like a singular person. I have like a group of friends.
Well, you do. Me is would say I'm your best friend, but you mean like after me, or do you mean like I was trying to figure out because you were like you said you don't have.
I barely know you. Like, I'm sorry for that. Ruh-roh.
Record scratch.
Yeah. Record scratch. Like, we go weeks, months without talking. Sometimes I
get
don't
that.
care to know you on a personal
that.
or interpersonal. I don't know your opinion about this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We have no deep or meaningful conversations, literally
surface
ever.
level.
Yeah.
But we make each other laugh and we bring each other a lot of joy.
We don't.
And I think ultimately, I think ultimately that's what matters. To
Right. And I disagree even with that.
yeah, right. I see that.
Yeah.
But
So
what we do have,
my-
I was going to say what we do have is history because we've known each other for a long time, and you can't even
The
even
only
a new
true
best
thing is
friend,
that we've known each other for a long time.
you can't take that away from us. We've known each other for a long time. That's history, and that's meaningful, and I think that's what makes us closer than say any of your other
Right.
friends.
I was gonna say, if there's a group of friends, someone's gonna feel like your best friend. If they're hanging out with like 9 people,
Yeah.
then it's weird if they're all on the other side of her. Like, I think one thing, and my 8 friends in this friend group don't.
Yeah.
Don't you then start second guessing, 1, your friends, and 2, whether you're actually correct about your thoughts, or do you just think, oh, all my friends? Like, do you have an opinion that 8 of your closest friends all disagree with?
I don't think so. Oh, I remembered when we went on a camping trip. This was like 15 years ago. I said that you could cheat on someone you loved, and everybody said that you couldn't.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because by definition you don't love them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then you're like, no, you can still love them, but
Yeah.
cheat on them.
And I remember everybody was kind of aghast.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I think that's true.
and so
So,
I
yeah.
guess they could think that about foreign politics or
Right.
immigration or
Yeah. Some things are just taboo, and you don't want the things to be taboo with your best friend, but like if I got in the back of an Uber, I wouldn't just like start talking politics because you're like, this won't be fun. So
Right.
maybe that's kind of the thing that you do with this friend now.
you
And
sort of
just
push that stuff off.
fade
to the
away
side.
from this best friend on these topics, and I think inevitably that person will become less your friend because
Yeah.
you're not talking about every single thing. It's not all on the table.
Do you think your cheating thing you still believe and your friends still disagree with, or you guys have sort of come in a common ground
Well, I don't talk to these people about that anymore.
That's good.
I haven't talked to them. I think it's still true.
Yeah.
I think it's still true.
So it's up to them if they've changed their mind.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I bet a lot of people think I'm wrong, but I think it's true.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's how it works with anything. I think some things that other people disagree with. I'm
Yeah.
sure if I had listed all of my opinions, there would be some that are 99% of people that I'm friends with.
Disagree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the fact that I think beer isn't any good.
Right. Or the what's it called? The mafia story.
Oh, yeah. Where I
Like,
thought
a lot-
I was right
yeah.
playing the game.
A lot of people
Yeah,
agreed.
don't take my side.
Yeah. But I do take your side on that.
And I take your side on the cheating thing.
Best friend.
Maybe we are closer than we thought. We could find common ground. Anybody can.
Exactly.
All right. Sweet. Thanks for writing in. Thanks for watching.
Indeed.
We're on YouTube right now, so you can watch us, this video, or this podcast as a video.
Yeah.
Or you can continue listening on the go.
That's right.
You ever watch a full podcast episode on YouTube?
Not me. No.
I think we're old school like that.
Yeah.
Newer fans like watching stuff.
Yeah, you watch passively while you're at work.
A window that's open in the background.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. So thanks for if you're doing that.
If you
thank
do that,
for
thank you.
And if you have your own questions or theme songs, send them on down to ifiwereyou
That's right.
at gmail.com. Let's hear that theme song again, shall we?
Why not?
And you can watch more of us on our Patreon, patreon.com/JA.
Ja.
We're watching old Jake and Mir episodes.
Classics.
Classic Jake and Mir episodes. Well, some of them are pretty bad, actually.
Yeah, actually, for sure.
Some of them are old, some of them are classic.
Some of them are awful.
And we shot some new ones now, so there's probably new ones potentially on the Headgum channel by the time you watch this.
Yeah.
So definitely subscribe to the Headgum channel.
Do that for
Watch
sure.
our new episodes. Check us out on Patreon. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. One last time, this is Neil Reed, I believe it was. Neil Reed with the theme song that was the Bossa Nova / Punka Rocka
Nice.
Blink-182 theme song.
Yeah.
I was way off. Neil Reed was last week.
Okay.
This is, holy smokes, I didn't read this at all. Oh my God, I was way off.
Really?
Yeah. Just threw this theme song together today. I hope you guys like it and use it for the show. If you end up using it, would love a plug for my Spotify / Instagram.
Oh, come on.
Ethan Sermon.
Who do we plug up top?
Neil Reed.
Why?
Maybe that was the last episode.
Oh, my God.
And my band, The Neighborhood Watch. We're from Toronto and have been loving your comedy since I was too young to know.
Awesome. We should probably use this song next week, too, so we can promote him properly.
Yeah, holy
Yeah.
smokes.
For
Ethan
real.
Sermon, we're
Thanks,
sorry.
Ethan.
And I was about to fucking let this play out as a Neil Reed original. We've been doing too many episodes.
Yeah, it's too much.
We're at capacity.
Our brains are fried.
Goodbye forever.
Later.
Jake and Amir, bossa nova. If I were you, sitting by the park, go with 2 coaches. Jake and Amir, bossa nova. If I were you, baby, don't you wanna advice too? And then I think to myself, what would they do? They don't like classy jazz, only Blink 182. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jake and Amir make me cry tears. Jake and Amir make me cry tears of sadness. And Trevor is sad too.
That was a Headgum original.